Hi everybody, welcome to Theo and Olaf. My name is Irene. With me is Olaf, our Samoyed doggy. And today we want to give you an update on Olaf. Olaf is now a little over a year and a half. And at about a year and a half is when a dog reaches its full adult size and weight. So we want to tell you how Olaf is doing both physically and behaviorally. The truth is, Olaf hasn't changed too much physically since we last gave an update when he was a year old in late fall of last year. Olaf is still just under 60 pounds. His weight fluctuates just a little bit depending on how his digestion goes. He's still a pretty happy and healthy boy, very energetic. He hasn't displayed too much of typical teenage problems like humping. He doesn't really do that except when he's super excited with some of his favorite toys. He still has a bit of his puppy coat, surprisingly, in certain parts. And there are certain parts that got shaved last year that still haven't grown out, surprisingly. Aside from that, the main things that we're dealing with physically from time to time is his digestive issues. So occasionally, Olaf will still have diarrhea in the crate, which is very annoying. Just a few weeks ago, he had diarrhea in the crate 2 mornings in a row, so that wasn't very fun to clean up. So we still have to be very aware of what we're putting into his stomach. We have to be very cognizant of not overfeeding him because that can cause issues as well. Behaviorally, Olaf is a lot more manageable compared to last year when we first start seeing our trainer in the summertime. So I would say for the most part, Olaf walks pretty well by our side. Granted, it's not perfect. In the morning, he'll pull a lot more, or if he hasn't been outside in a while, he'll want to pull and lunge more. But for the most part, healing is very, very good with Olaf. It did take quite a few sessions of our trainer to get it right, mostly with us to making sure that the corrections are done properly, that we're not holding the leash too tightly, that when we use the prong collar, that we actually just pop it and let it go. So that does take time. It isn't something that happens overnight, but I think we're at a very good spot with our loose leash walking. When it comes to separation anxiety, especially outside, that has gotten a lot better too. Previously, if I were to leave Olaf outside and tie him up to something, go get coffee, go pick up lunch, Olaf would bark like crazy. But we've done this in a few different scenarios now, and Olaf is a lot better at just patiently waiting and knowing that I will be back. So that's something that's also taken a lot of time too, but he's in a better place with that. He'll still whine a bit, but he won't bark like crazy if we leave him for a little bit. The main thing that we're still trying to work on with Olaf is to be neutral around other dogs and people. With people, Olaf is more reactive if people use very excited voices, use baby talk around him. If people walk past him, he doesn't really care. But if people interact with him, if they try to talk to them, he can get amped up really easily and start barking like crazy. So reactivity around dogs and humans is something we've tried to work on from time to time by doing things like taking Olaf to a dog park or to a playground and letting him be neutral. But it's just been very hard for us to devote a lot of time and energy to that, and that takes consistency. So we do have a training update with Olaf, and that is we will be sending Olaf to a board and train for 3 weeks soon to work on this reactivity. And for those of you who don't know what a board and train is, it's basically a boot camp for dogs where they will be with a trainer, and the trainer probably has their own pack of dogs as well. And the idea is that the trainer will work every day on specific issues that you want to work on. And for us, that's being neutral around dogs and humans and maybe a few other things. So we've heard of a few friends who have Sammys too, who've had a lot of luck with board and trains. These board and trains can range anywhere from 3 weeks to 5 weeks, depending on the severity of issues. So we think that Olaf will find a lot of progress and improvement there, especially since he'll be exposed to dogs at a more frequent basis than he does now. We also know some people have done board and trains, and it's harder because their dog has separation anxiety. I don't think it'll be a problem with Olaf because we have left him with family before for vacation and it wasn't too bad for him. But we definitely will miss him. It will be different not having him around all the time. So that's it for our 1.5 year update with Olaf and his training update. If you have any questions or comments about Olaf or what his board and train will be like, feel free to leave a comment below. And as always, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.